Hello dear students. In the last lecture we started with our course, that is mechatronics. In that last lecture we defined mechatronics. We saw what the history of mechatronics is. Right? Moving forward, we defined 2-3 definitions of mechatronics. We saw which are the different components of mechatronics, its some of examples, some applications and their benefits. We also saw the model of typical mechatronic system, which constitutes a control system, a sensing element and an actuating elements. Further, we moved forward and saw the different modules of mechatronic systems, and finally we concluded that the modules of mechatronic systems are sensing elements, the controlling element and the action taking element. Now, moving forward, let us talk something about these modules. As of whole, when we say that the modules of electronic systems are the sensing elements, that is, it comprises of sensors, the control element, that is, it has something which works on the data compiled by the sensors, and then it has an actuating element which takes actions according to the accumulated data. Right? So we can say that there are some digital sensors. These digital sensors acquire the data, and this data, which may be collected in analog form, is converted into digital form and then is provided to the microprocessor. This microprocessor takes action according to the data collected from the sensors and then sends this data to the actuator and make the actuator to work according to the feedback provided, according to the needs, according to the action to be taken, right? And this actuator then takes out the necessary actions. So we can sum up that a mechatronic system integrates various technologies involving sensors, measurement systems, drives, actuation systems, microprocessor systems and a software engineering. We can see the basic elements of mechatronics, that is the sensors, then the data converting elements, analog to digital and digital to analog, the microprocessor which actually takes actions, and then the actuator which provides the power necessary to be taken. Now, moving forward, and as a mechanical engineer, we know that we have to use the whole of this mechatronic system in manufacturing automations. Right? So we can say that manufacturing has a variety of application as products and systems in the area of manufacturing automation, and to list among these, some of these applications may be CNC machines, that is the computer numerical control machines, tool monitoring systems, that is the actual manufacturing tool. It may be cutting tool, it may be some different action taking elements, different action taking tool which is actually taking part in manufacturing. It may be the advanced manufacturing systems. The mechatronics can be employed in advanced manufacturing systems. It may be flexible manufacturing system or computer integrated manufacturing. Also we can say that industrial robots are nothing but mechatronics, an integrated form of mechatronics. Then automatic inspection systems, machine vision systems are applications of mechatronics, and to not to limit up to automatic packaging systems are also applications of mechatronics. In accordance to all these applications, there are a number of applications of mechatronics. Right now we have initially defined mechatronics as combination of electronics, computer and mechanisms, and we can say that we have n number of applications which combine these basic engineerings to perform some functions. Now, let us see one by one these applications. Firstly, talking about the CNC machines. We know that CNC machines are nothing but computer numerical control machines. Let us first see what exactly was the working of a machine before the CNC evolved. We know that whenever, suppose for example, we have to turn something on a lathe machine, right? A simple lathe machine, not a CNC machine, right? What actually the operator does, he sets the workpiece inside the chuck, he tightens the chuck. Before starting his manufacturing, he checks whether the workpiece has been mounted accurately, right? Now, any inform or unstable mounting of the workpiece will relate to inaccuracies in the part to be manufactured. Then once the product has been fixed in the jaw, in the chuck, after that the operator sets the depth, feed, speed, all these variables of the machine and then operates the machine, right? Now all these things has to be done manually, and the accurate or quality of the product to be manufactured on these machines is dependent on the skill of the operator. Now after the evaluation of CNC machines, all this has to be done on a machine control unit, right? We have in CNC machines, we have a unit, that is machine control unit. See this one. In CNC machines, we have a machine control units on which we can feed the input to the machine in the form of some numericals, some numbers, in the form of alphabets, in the form of some special characters. Now this data which is given to the control panel of the CNC machine leads to the working of the machine. That means these coded data finally relates to electrical pulses of currents which the machine motor and controls follow to carry out machining operations on the workpiece. Now the numbers, letters and symbols that are coded or which we gave instructions on the control panel that referred to some specific distances, positions, functions or motions which the machine tool can understand, right? Or we can sum that the CNC machine automatically guides the axial movement of machine tools. The machine tool moves automatically, right, with the help of the coding which we gave and with the help of computers, right? That is exactly what we give feeding to the control panel, that leads to the movement of the cutting tool as well as the bed, right? So as compared to the manual operation, the product manufactured in case of CNC machines is having good quality, right? Now let us compare. In the figure we can see that we have a manual operated turning cutting machine and a CNC machine. We can see the differences. In carrying out operations on this manual operation, we have to totally depend upon the skill of the operator, whereas in case of CNC machines, the right from the opening and closing of the door of the CNC machine, everything can be controlled on the control panel. Even the opening and closing of the door, the on and off of the coolant is also made automatic. So that is one of the applications of a computer numerical or mechatronics. Now moving forward, we know that in manufacturing process, one of the challenges to be faced by the manufacturer or the operator is regarding the changing of the tool, the cutting tool which is being utilized to carry out the machining process. And uninterrupted machining is one of the challenges of the operator to meet the production goals and customer satisfaction in terms of product quality, right? Tool wear is a critical factor which affects the productivity of a machining operation. Now, since this tool wear has to be replaced, the wear out tool has to be replaced, and the changing of this tool takes some time, it consumes some time, it is a time consuming operations. Now it can be automated, that means it can be made as an application of mechatronics, right? Let us again compare with an example. Suppose without automating, in manual operation, if the tool wears out, this tool will produce the products of very bad quality. The surface finish will be bad, even it will produce some vibrations, right? Now all this will lead to some irregularities on the workpiece. Now until the operator comes to know about the wearing of the tool, there are some of the products to be of inequality, of inequality. Now in that case, it is required that the operator should know that before the tool wears out, the operator should be known that the tool will be wearing. Now in that case, we observe the tool, and this can be automated. Now tool wear can be observed in variety of ways. These can be classified into two groups: direct methods and indirect methods. Among the direct methods, we have electrical resistance, optical measurements, machining hours, and contact sensing. Now when we talk about direct methods, we can say that direct methods deal with the application of various sensing and measurement instruments such as microscope, machine, camera vision, radioactive techniques to measure the tool wear, right? In direct methods, the operator observes the tool. He observes it with the help of some microscope. He can take out the tool, can carry out to the quality control department, and then visualize it, and then come to a conclusion whether the tool has worn out or not, right? So that all these methods which are utilized are termed as direct methods. There is another way of observing the tool wear, and that is an indirect method. That is with the help of some sensing elements which may lead to the wear of the tools. It may be observed, the different parameters which are caused by the tool wear are observed. Likewise, in case if a tool wears, then it will produce some vibrations. This vibration is a parameter which is to be observed. Then we can observe temperature, we can observe torque and power, we can observe vibrations, cutting forces, and strain measurements. All these are termed as indirect type of indirect type of tool observation. Now the whole of the tool measuring system can be an offline monitoring system and online monitoring system. As earlier stated, that in an offline monitoring system, the tool microscope is used. The tool microscope observes the tool and then takes a decision whether the tool has been worn out or not, and then the tool is replaced if required. That is, we may say that this is nothing but a direct method of observing a tool. The another method may also be termed as the online monitoring system of a tool wear. Like, we can measure the different parameters which are directly or indirectly proportional to the cutting operation. We may observe the different torque, power, temperature, vibrations with the help of different sensing elements. We can collect the data, then process on it, and finally directly we can come to a conclusion that whether the tool has worn out or not, and then if required it can be replaced. So we can say that these are the two direct and indirect methods of tool monitoring. Now talking about the next application of mechatronics, that is flexible manufacturing systems. We know that in today's world customers are demanding a wide variety of products, and to satisfy this demand the manufacturer's production concept has moved away from mass to small batch type of production. Batch production offers more flexibility in product manufacturing, and to cater this need, this flexible manufacturing system has been evolved. Now, what exactly we do in flexible manufacturing system? We integrate the manufacturing cell or different system consisting of one or more CNC machines. They are connected by automated material handling systems and are all controlled by a central computer. You can see in the figure that we have two CNC machines. That is a turning center CNC machine and a milling CNC machine. These CNC machines are automated, and we can say that this is nothing but the whole manufacturing cell. This whole manufacturing cell is automated. We have the turning center, the milling center. We have the automated guided vehicles and a storage system AS and RS. And all these automated guided systems, vehicles, the transportation mechanism, the storage system, the machines, CNC machines, milling as well as turning are all integrated with a central computer, and this whole of the cell is operated with the help of only a single computer. So this is the best example of any flexible manufacturing system. It is an integration of all CNC machines, automated material handling systems, pick and place robots, and all are controlled by a central computer. So this is a flexible manufacturing systems which evolved due to the need of the customer to go for variety of product. Moving forward, we have another application of mechatronics, that is computer integrated manufacturing, CIM. It is nothing but the integration of total manufacturing enterprise through the use of integrated system and data communications, coupled with new managerial philosophies that improve organizational and personal efficiencies. Basically, CIM is nothing but an advanced version of our flexible manufacturing system. In CIM also we integrate different advanced technologies such as computer aided design, computer aided manufacturing, computer numerical controls, robots, automated material handling systems, etc. Now today the CIM has moved a step ahead by including and integrating the business improvement activities such as customer satisfaction, total quality, and continuous improvements. These activities are now all together managed by a central computer. So that was one of again applications of mechatronics. Moving forward, again very basic, the industrial robots. We know that nowadays everything is automated to such an extent that robotic mechanisms or robots are carrying out the work, like right from handling of a part which involves recognizing, sorting and separating the parts. It can separate itself, it can recognize and separate itself those parts. It can pick and place those parts, palletizing and depalletizing, loading and unloading of the parts on the machine. All these are carried out with the help of industrial robots. Moving forward, even processing are also carried out by robots. We can see the n number of applications of a robotic cell which is being utilized in manufacturing industries to carry out various operations such as routing, drilling, arc welding, grinding, flame cutting, spray painting, coating, etc. All these are carried out with the help of robots, and robots are nothing but again integration of many engineering, that is computer, your electronics, etc. So we can say that it is nothing but application of mechatronics. Now again, automatic quality control and inspection system are also the applications of robotics. We know that a number of sensors and systems have been developed that can monitor quality continuously with or without the assistance of the operator. We don't need any operator. They can themselves monitor the quality of the product which has been manufactured. These technologies include various sensors and data acquisition systems, machine vision systems, metrology instruments such as CMM, optical profilometers, digital calipers, screw gauges, etc. etc. There are various things which monitor the quality of the product. Now the quality control activities are being carried out right from the design stage of product development. Simulation software is being used to predict the performance of the product or the system to be developed. So finally we can conclude that in the manufacture of products, all the components are being critically monitored by using digital forms, digital images, digital instruments throughout their development. So this is again an example, an application of mechatronics. We will stop here, and in the next lecture we will see the different elements right from the sensors to all those components which are integrated to form a mechatronic system. Okay, thank you.